Hey guys, Andy from WagerTalk.com. We're going to break down Dana White Contender Series Week 2. Before we get started, yes, I know it's dark. Yes, I know I'm in my hotel room. But that's where I'm staying. There's not much I can do. So no, you don't need to leave me a comment that says, where are you and why is it so dark? So let's get into it. Dana White Contender Series, you're going to want to watch this video. I'm giving out my best play of the week. I was 0 for 1 last week. It sucked, but I think the dogs are going to be barking on this card. The dogs are barking last week. I think we see it again. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the breakdowns here. Fight one, we got Cameron Smotherman versus Charalampos. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Grigoriou. Smotherman definitely has one-shot knockout power. Unfortunately, in my opinion, that's about all he has. He gets pushed up against the cage quite a bit. He fights off his back foot a lot more than I would like, but he's absolutely smoked a couple of his opponents most recently, and that's great that he gets the win. But I'm not sure it's against great opponents. I mean, okay, Peter Caballero's 13-5 in Fury FC. Adam Martinez 8-6. Before that, Casey Jones. It was a decent fight, but he wins by a really close split decision. And the fights against Martinez and Caballero, got to be honest, I wasn't impressed up until the point when he knocked the guy out. And so this is going to be my favorite pick of the week. It's going to be Grigoriou. I think Grigoriou is going to out-wrestle Smotherman. I don't think he's going to give Smotherman a chance to land that one hit knockout shot. I think Grigoriou controls this fight from beginning to end. Don't be surprised if he wins in a dominating fashion by decision. If Smotherman can get the knockout, great, more power to him. But we're getting plus money on Grigoriou, and I think this is a great stylistic matchup for him and a nightmare for Cameron Smotherman. I know Smotherman's going to be pushed up against the fence unless he's really been working on that. But I think Grigoriou got handed a really, really good stylistic matchup, and I'm going to be pulling the trigger on Grigoriou on the money line at plus money as my best bet of the week. Up next, we got Paulo Renato Jr. versus Ebo. I believe it's Aslan. Here's the thing about both these guys. The last few fights are pretty hard to find. Renato Jr., you can't really find him. Ebo fought in this league where, let's just say they're sketchy fighters. I'm not really sure they were real fights, but here's what we know. Ebo is going to be much, much bigger and much more strong. I do not like Renato's stance. He lost to Jamal Pogues where he just got pushed up, and Pogues was on very short notice, and it looked like Pogues had been sitting on the couch for the previous 3 months on Contender Series. So that was a bad loss for Renato, and Ebo is going to come for the knockout. I have no idea how Ebo's cardio is. We've not seen it tested, but I think Renato is going to be backing up like most of the time because he's so much smaller. He's 3 inches shorter. I don't like his stance. I don't like his power. I don't really see much upside with him. I know he's finished his last 2 fights, but they were against, you can't even find him. So it's like, who are these guys that he's knocking out? So I don't even want to click on his name to look at some of those guys. This fight's very, very confusing to me. I'm going to lean Ebo Aslan, but I can't tell you anything with conviction on this because we just haven't seen a whole lot of these guys recently. I lean Ebo. I lean it to go inside the distance and not go to the judges, but probably best bet is to stay away. Up next, Hyder Amil, who's 7-0 against Emrah Sonmez. This is kind of a similar fight to the Cameron Smotherman. Listen, Hyder Amil, I think, is going to have the advantage on the feet. Sonmez isn't even going to try to be on the feet. He's just going to go for takedowns. That's what he does. He goes for takedowns from the very beginning. They both struggled with their weight cut. And if this gets out of the first round, I think Sonmez is going to hold Amil down and win by decision. I think Hyder's got to get the finish in the first round. I'm not sure he's going to have the cardio to stay up. And Sonmez, listen, he does not hide what he's going to do. He's going to come in. He's going to try and wrestle. And if he gets Hyder down, I think he's going to hold him down. He's going to do enough damage to win the decision. So, Hyder 7-0. He looks great on paper. The film shows that he's got a lot of upside. He's the split decision against Devontae Sewell does not look great. But after that, he gets a really nice win against Chase Gibson. That was a really nice knockout. Rob Jr., he gets the knees and punches. But I think stylistically, man, this is Sonmez who's fought 18 fights. This is no spring chicken. This is a guy who's been around the block, and he knows how to get fights done. He actually won against Leandro Souza, and then Adam the Skinny. I thought that was a fantastic fight, dominated from start to finish. He's got a couple losses in Cage Warriors. Makes me a little bit concerned, but again, I think stylistically, this just turns out to be a really good stylistic match for Sonmez. So, so far, 2 out of 3 fights, I do like the underdogs. Eduarda Moura and Janaina Silva, talk about not being able to find much film. Moura's got like 1 pro fight and 1 amateur fight of film. Silva, you can go and watch her fights. Here's what we know about Moura from her 1 fight is she loves takedowns, and she's got long legs and long arms, which are very effective. And in that fight that I watched, she'd get her arms all the way around the waist of her opponent, and it worked really, really effectively to hold her down and to initiate the takedown. Silva likes to stand on the feet. She's strong, she's powerful, but she's going to be shorter and a little bit more stocky. So I think it's going to come down to, can Moura use the length and, kind of get the leverage to get Silva down. Silva's got decent cardio. She can still be striking with pretty good power in the 3rd round. We haven't really seen much of Moura. Well, we haven't seen anything of Moura. So I don't know what her cardio is going to be like. So if I had to guess on this one, I guess I would lean Moura, but there's not enough film to make a really, really good wager that's worth wagering. Maybe this is a live bet. If it comes out Moura looks like she's getting tired, maybe we go ahead and fire on Silva live, or maybe Moura looks great off the bat. But without as much film on Moura, then there's not much we can do about it. So, and then main event, George Hardwick versus Selwady. And Hardwick is one of the big names coming out of Contender Series. This guy probably should be in the UFC already. He's 12-1. He comes out of a really, really good fighting league. And the guy's legit. I mean, there's really no weaknesses in his game. He finishes. He's got good cardio. He's got good strength. You look at all his wins. He hasn't lost since 2019. So he's ripped off quite a few in a row. I fully expect the UFC expects Hardwick to win, but they did not give him a cupcake. This is a real fight. And so Selwady is another takedown guy. And I got to be honest, I think he's a live dog here. I don't think this is a walk in the park for Hardwick. I think Selwady's just going to not stand there and let himself get pieced up with the power of Hardwick. I think he's going to shoot for takedowns, and we've not seen George Hardwick tested with takedowns like what Selwady is going to be giving him. So should Hardwick win? Yeah, absolutely. Does UFC want him to win? Yeah, absolutely. But don't be surprised if Selwady gets him down on the ground, and all of a sudden this is a really interesting fight going into the 3rd round. In the end, I think Hardwick kind of comes out on top. All he needs to do is stuff a couple takedowns and keep it on the feet, and the fight should be his for the taking. But I think this is closer than the odds make it out to be. If you're betting on Hardwick, it's probably going to be a parlay, and I don't know if I can get to the window on that. The parlay burned everyone last week. The 2 big favorites, they came out and lost last week. So I don't know if Hardwick can do this to do the same. He should be able to get the win, but don't be surprised if you're holding a Hardwick ticket and you're a little bit sweaty going into the last round. And if it's a split decision, who knows? Maybe they give the ground and pound to Selwady, but Hardwick should win. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than the odds show it to be. So just to recap, so Grigoriou as the underdog is my best bet for this week. And I like Ebo to win. I don't think it's going to make the card as an official play. I do like Sonmez over Hyder, Amil. Don't know if I'll get to the win on that one. Probably not, just because I like the Grigoriou more than anything. Moura and Silva, there's just not enough film on Moura. So I'm going to stay off of that one. And Selwady and George Hardwick. It's Hardwick's to lose, that's for sure. But if Selwady gets the takedown early, I think he can make this a pretty interesting fight. So all plays can be found at WagerTalk.com. And yes, we will be doing Takedown Live on our YouTube channel. It's YouTube channel Takedown Live. Myself and Jim will be watching the fights, going over everything live as it happens. So join us there. Good luck. There's no reason to purchase this play on WagerTalk. I just gave it to you. However, the golf plays that are up for this week, you go get them. I don't tell people to go get plays very often. The golf play this week, you should go get. That one is a gift that we have been handed by the gambling gods, and we need to take advantage of it. So MLB is also off to a really great start. So if you guys like the Dana White Contender Series breakdowns, I'm going to keep doing them, but I do want to give out this play for free because last week I was 0-1. So take Grigoriou as a best bet. And if you like and you want to make some money, go grab the golf play and also the MLB plays that are up on WagerTalk.com. We're having a fantastic August. We're closing in on our third winning week in a row across all sports. So good luck, everyone. Hope to see everyone on Takedown Live, and we will see everyone later.